Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Savage A22 Takedown. It takes down just like this. Savage has finally tried their hands at their new takedown rifle. There's been some companies in the past that have made takedown rifles, chambered in .22 long rifle, but this is Savage's creation of their takedown. Now, it's a couple of things about this that makes it kind of unique. First and foremost, a lot of takedown rifles, you know, you have a button right here that you would have to press for it to come apart. Savage engineered it where you did not have to do that. So you simply make sure that the bolt is all the way to the rear. Put it like that, twist. There's a little detent right there in the bottom that actually holds this together. So it's pretty quick to take apart. It's pretty quick to put back together. Now, Savage also did some pretty cool things. One, they threaded it, okay? This is an 18-inch barrel, threaded half by 28. This is my Banish 22 on here. And cool thing about the stock, you simply press this button. My hands are really cold today, but this lifts up and you can actually store 3 magazines in here. Each of the magazines are 10-round magazines. They are rotary magazines, and it is a pretty cool setup. There's actually also another storage right here in the bottom. You've got your standard Accu trigger right here, and you do have a pick rail. One good thing I like about the A22 is the sighting system. So their pick rail is actually grooved out so you can run and use your iron sights even with the scope on. And the iron sights I really, really like. They are adjustable for windage and elevation. And if you've ever picked up one of these, you can notice that the front sight is a very small, thin blade sight. So this makes the precision shooting really, really accurate and really easy to use. You do have your swivel studs right here on the front and the rear, and a rubber butt pad. So what I'm curious about this particular setup is how accurate is it? Okay, Savage is known for their accuracy. We do have some wind today, probably about 10 to 15 mile an hour gust, but I'm gonna set up downrange at 100 yards and actually see what kind of groups we can get out of this, take it off just like you're gonna be backpacking, put it back together, and see if this rifle holds zero. Before we start testing it at 100 yards for accuracy, I put my Crimson Trace brush line rimfire optic on here. This is a 3x9x40. It's a great little scope for the price. And I'm just gonna see if I can hit that 100-yard target. It's that white plate right to the left of my big silhouettes. 4-inch target at 100 yards. See if I can just dial a few in here. This thing will shoot. Now, like your other rifles, takedown rifles, I would say for the price point of this rifle, anything around a 1.5 to 2 inch group at 100 yards, that's a minute of squirrel, is pretty good for this particular kind of setup. But I'm just interested if it's going to hold zero. So first, we're going to do some grouping, and then I'm going to take the barrel off, and we're going to see if this thing will actually hold zero. So let me put up a target downrange at 100 yards. Let's do some more shooting. All right, I have a target downrange at 100 yards. I've got some CCI green tag loaded up in this magazine and also this magazine. I'm going to shoot 2 5-shot groups to kind of give us a baseline of how accurate the rifle is with this particular ammo, and then I'm gonna take the barrel off and put it back on to see if it holds zero. So the first shot, I'm gonna be shooting the top left. Let's just get a 5-shot group here. Now the good thing about the Savage, if the trigger is fully adjustable like their Accu trigger, this one's adjusted about, you can adjust from 3 to 5 pounds. Right now it's sitting on probably about 4 pounds. And we're going for groups here, not bullseye. All right. I think that's a pretty good group. This scope is only a 3x9x40. So I really can't tell. I think it's printing a little high. So now I'm going to shoot the top right. 5 shots. Okay, I think that may have been 4. I think I may have shot 6 on the first one. So, all right, that'll just give us some kind of baseline of how accurate this rifle is at 100 yards with this ammo. So now I'm gonna take it off. Oops, I gotta lock the bolt back first. Lock the bolt back, press the button, take it off. All right, it's off. You're backpacking, la 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 la. All right, so you went backpacking. You got a killer squirrel coming at you. He's at 100 yards. Let's see if this thing held 0. Hopefully it did, but we're gonna find out together. Same ammunition. Now this wind is blowing a little bit, so. Okay, now we're gonna go for center. All right, I'm gonna put this thing on safety, take the magazine out. I'll pick that up here in a minute. I really can't tell with a 3x9x40 scope at 100 yards. So, you know, usually I've seen with takedown rifles, there's usually probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inch play once you put it back on there. Some rifles are a little bit better than others. But if this is holding within 2 inches, I think we got a winner. So let me retrieve the target. Let's take a look. All right, what did we learn here? So this was the first 6-shot group, okay? I shot 6, not 5. I did shoot high. I don't know if that was me, ammo, whatever have you. But the 5 shots right here, this is exactly 1 inch. So this rifle with CCI green tag will shoot 1 inch group. Now, right over here, we got about 1.25 inch group, okay, on this 4-shot group. It's probably about 1 inch. I say about 1.25 inch. Each line is 1 inch, so this is about 1.25 inch, which is really, really good with rimfire. You may notice it's printing a little bit to the left compared to here. Like I mentioned earlier, we have about 10 to 12 mile an hour winds, so the wind is blowing this way, so it could have pushed the bullet a little bit. This is where I took it off. So it's not really that much different. So I think it moved probably, I would say probably about 1/2 inch with this test over to the left a little bit. So that's not really too bad, 1/2 inch at 100 yards. You know, if you shoot rimfire a lot like I do, you know wind does affect the accuracy. I'm not blaming the wind, I'm just stating a fact. It is the wind that was pushing this left, and it did move it over about 1/4 inch once I took the barrel off. That's pretty good. I've done some other testing on different manufacturers of the takedown rifle and actually getting more than that. So for the price point, I think these things run about, the takedown run about 480 MSRP. So at real world price, you're probably going to see them about, I don't know, probably about $380 to $400. So for a takedown backpack rifle with this kind of accuracy at 100 yards, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Guys, thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can put them in the comments below. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep blinking.